Jungkook's silent visit to Jin's concert, the moment that changed everything. Hello ARMY. Not all light is meant to shine on stage. In a world where cameras chase moments, and where applause seems to measure worth, there are some stories that unfold in whispers. They don't scream for attention. They don't need a spotlight. But somehow, they pierce deeper into the human heart. This is one of those stories. It's not a story of a surprise performance. Not of a dramatic reunion or a planned cameo. It's the story of a younger brother who walked into the dark and sat in silence to watch the one he's always admired. Jungkook was there, but not for us to see. He came for Jin. He came as family. Jin's concert, a homecoming wrapped in stardust. June 29, 2025. It had been 18 months since Jin last stood under concert lights. After serving his military duties, he returned, not as a megastar trying to reclaim his fame, but as a soul who missed singing, who missed his members, and who missed ARMY. From the very first note of The Astronaut, there was a weight in the air. A stillness. A reverence. Fans didn't cheer. They listened. They didn't scream. They cried. Because this wasn't just about music. It was about time lost, and love that refused to fade. As he moved from one song to the next. Epiphany, Super Tuna, even a new ballad titled Homecoming. There was a sense that Jin wasn't just performing. He was searching the crowd with his eyes. Looking for someone. The shadow in the corner. He almost blended in completely. A figure in a black hoodie, seated quietly in the fourth row on the right. Head slightly bowed. Hands clasped. No security detail. No flashing badge. No entourage. But some fans noticed. His posture, unmistakable. His fingers, fidgeting with something near his neck. His breathing, steady, but emotional. Then came the moment that confirmed it for many. During the second chorus of Abyss, the figure pressed his hand to his chest and closed his eyes. A gesture Jungkook had done before. Many times, in fact. On stage. In interviews. When overwhelmed with love. He was there. Watching his hyung. Watching the one who paved the way. The clues no one saw coming. What made this moment even more unforgettable was what came after. When fans, fan sites, and even digital sleuths began putting the puzzle together. The jacket. Photos snapped from a distance revealed an embroidered phrase on the back of his coat. Even when I'm not there, I'm with you. A phrase known only to be used by Jin in a 2022 fan letter to the group. The jacket was not available in stores. Not sold. Not produced. It was made. Perhaps, by Jungkook's own hand. The necklace. A zoomed-in still image captured a silver chain with a small star pendant. This wasn't just jewelry. It matched the pendant Jin wore in The Astronaut MV. A design symbolizing guidance, and returning to light. Some fans recalled an old memory from 2023. Jin had given Jungkook a duplicate of his necklace before enlisting. He said, "So you can find your way home, even when I'm not there." He wore it that night. Quietly. The moment Jin knew. Midway through Moon, Jin's eyes locked onto a seat in the crowd. He paused. Smiled. Touched his chest. And sang the next line with a tremble. He knew. No words exchanged. No nod. No spotlight. Just an understanding that needed no explanation. Why silence was the loudest form of love. Jungkook could have walked on stage. He could have danced, hugged, waved, even sung with Jin. But he didn't. Why? Because that night wasn't about him. It was about letting his brother shine. It was about honoring Jin's moment, not distracting from it. Jungkook understood something many in this industry forget. Presence doesn't always mean performance. Love doesn't always need a microphone. In that audience, surrounded by fans, he was one of us. He cried with us. He laughed silently with us. He reminded us that support isn't always loud. Sometimes, the truest love is simply being there. When the world realized the truth. The next morning, hashtags flooded the internet. #Jungkook at Jin's concert. #The Silent Brother. #Hyung and Maknae forever. #When Love Whispers. Video essays were made. Digital artists created animations of the moment. Fans wrote letters, poems, songs. One post went viral. Jungkook was in the crowd, not the spotlight. Because real brothers don't need attention to prove their love. They show up. Even in silence. Another fan wrote, "You know what broke me? That seat. That necklace. That invisible hug. The legacy of that one quiet night. Many concerts will come and go. But this was something else. Not because of what was performed, but because of what wasn't. The real beauty of that night came in the form of restraint. Of knowing when to step back so someone else can rise." Jungkook showed a level of humility, grace, and love that few can understand. Especially in an industry built on image and self-promotion. He taught us something ancient and sacred. That the deepest relationships don't require applause. That family shows up, not just in celebration, but in silence, in shadow, in solidarity. The empty chair that was never really empty. The day after, fans returned to the venue to take photos. They looked for the chair. The one where Jungkook had Saturday. It looked just like every other chair. But to ARMY, it wasn't. A fan captured a photo. On the seat lay a folded paper. On it, in clean handwriting. "I'm proud of you, Hyung. Always. June 29, 2025. JK. Whether real or imagined, it didn't matter. Because what that night gave us was beyond physical. It was emotional. Spiritual. Eternal. In the end, it wasn't the high note or the dance moves that made this night unforgettable. It was the silence. The subtle. The sacred. Jungkook reminded us that even the brightest stars sometimes choose to shine quietly. He didn't need fireworks. He didn't need a microphone. He didn't need to sing a single note to steal our breath away. Because sometimes, true presence isn't about noise. It's about meaning. And on that night, Jungkook's presence spoke volumes. In a world where attention is often earned through volume, performance, or spectacle, Jungkook showed us something different. That real love, real loyalty, and real connection can exist in silence. That just being there for someone can be the loudest form of love. He stood there, watching, supporting, smiling gently in the background. And yet, it felt like the entire arena turned to look at him. Not because he demanded it, but because his energy was undeniable. His quiet light reached all of us. It wasn't just a visit. It was a message. To Jin. To BTS. And to every ARMY watching from near and far. I'm here. I never left. I'll always be with you, no matter where I stand. Like, share, and subscribe if you believe that love doesn't have to shout to be heard. And tell us in the comments. What did Jungkook's silent presence mean to you as an ARMY? Because sometimes, the most unforgettable moments are the ones without a single word.